Oranges or Mignola's, only $1.29 each. Fresh assorted pork chops, just $3.49 per pound, saving $1.50. Hot price on Old Time honey wheat bread, only $3.99 for a 20-ounce loaf. Save $2.50 on Huggies Pull-Up, just $14.99 for boys and girls, all sizes. Sensible portion veggie chips, only $2.99 for a 5-ounce tin. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Friday, January the 11th, 2019. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us. The head of the anti-racism group CURB says it will be pushing for reparations for the victims of past injustice. It's in the Racial Justice Platform for 2019. The group made the news this week when it publicly called on the government to strike the name of colonist Sir George Somers from the second day of Cup Match in favor of former slave Mary Prince. CURB President Lynn Winfield told Tarai Trott reparations can come in many forms.
When one hears the term reparations, they normally think of a large payout for past injustice, such as slavery and racial discrimination. Lynn Winfield, the president of the anti-racism group CURB, says the type of reparations it will be pushing government on when its racial justice platform is published late January will not necessarily involve financial payouts, but forms of what it calls restitution.
When we talk about reparations or restitution, we kind of think about going back to the way something was before. But it's more about what do we need to do in order to make things right. We know we have legacy issues from that past. It's very clear in society today across the board, and that it has evolved to Bermudas because of those legacy issues. So what is it we can do as a society to make things right? And reparations can look in a multitude of different things.
CURB says one big way in which government can carry out restitution is by using the Bermuda College.
You know, the Bermuda College, for instance, and it's one of our the things that we have in our racial justice platform, we believe that should be free. Now, obviously, there are white children that attend Bermuda College, but we believe the majority are black, and that is a form of reparations if we make it free for the students, because it's about lifting up a certain group, and the fact that it lifts others up as well is good.
Ms. Winfield acknowledges the task CURB will face in educating the public that reparations is not just about government cutting a check.
Some people just get it in their mind it's all about asking for money or in some form. Yeah, it's all that's all they have in mind. They don't understand there's a multitude of things, and this act of making sure that the Emancipation 2-day holiday is recognized appropriately is a form of reparation. You can say you are correcting something that occurred in the past. It's not about dismissing Sir George Somers or his contributions or his place in our history. It's about making sure that it's the right recognition for the event. And so that was very much about freedom and emancipation, and we should be celebrating those who were associated with that. And Mary Prince is not only inextricably linked to Cup Match through her work, but she is also internationally known, and yet we don't honor her. Well, we have now got her as a national hero, but we need to honor her even more than that because of the work she did at an international level.
Ms. Winfield believes such changes are necessary in order to put history into context, a history, she says, which is often told from one source.
We have to start making these changes because we've had a history that's been very much told from just a dominant narrative, from a colonial narrative for many years, and it's not that narrative is wrong, it's not inclusive. And if we want to be truly inclusive, we have to start making sure that others are recognized accordingly.
Tarai Trott reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks to Rai. In other news, the Bermuda Police Service can now confirm the death of 74-year-old Mrs. Cheryl Eve and extend sincere condolences to her family and friends. Mrs. Eve was found in an unresponsive state at home by a family member at around 5:05 p.m. Thursday, January 10th, following a fire in her Verdmont Valley Drive Smith Parish apartment. Despite life-saving efforts at the scene, and as Mrs. Eve was rushed to King Edward Memorial Hospital by ambulance, sadly, she was later pronounced dead. The scene has been processed by the relevant police personnel, and inquiries continue regarding the cause of Mrs. E's death, as well as the cause of the fire. However, foul play is not suspected. This may sound a little confusing, but the Public Transportation Board have released a new bus schedule, but no rosters as yet. ZBM News understands that headway is being made towards an agreement, but not so fast, says Deputy Opposition Leader Leah Scott, who is upset because the OBA and the PLP have been paying a consultant $100,000 for 17 years to fix matters such as this.
Now, my understanding is that we have, or there has been a Canadian consultant who was hired in 2001 and has been on the payroll from 2001 to 2017. So that means that he's been on the payroll under both the PLP administration and the OBA administration. That's $100,000 a year. Yeah. And I don't know if this individual continues to be on the payroll. It's concerning that you're paying someone $100,000 a year to develop a set of rosters for us, and we don't have them. But, you know, we have buses that are being put out of commission because they're on the road too long. We have bus routes being cut off. You know, the public relies on public transportation. Yes, I have a car, but at times I have to rely on public transportation. And public transportation should be, if nothing else, reliable.
Meanwhile, a spokesperson for the Ministry of Transport says the Department of Public Transportation, the DPT, and the Bermuda Industrial Union, the BIU, are working hard to address outstanding concerns surrounding bus rosters that include multiple days of night work. Meetings held today between the DPT and the BIU led to a better understanding of the night work issues, an area of much uncertainty and contention in the past. While the effective date for the bus schedule is no longer the 21st of January, the 2019 winter bus schedule will remain unchanged. For more information regarding a new effective date will be forthcoming. As the review of the night work is ongoing, the public may continue to view the 2019 bus schedule online at gov.bm/bus. The DPT and the BIU look forward to making necessary changes as soon as possible that will position the bus service to better serve the public. More news after the break and the latest from AccuWeather headquarters. Stay tuned.
At Argus, our interest is you. Each of you. Around here, we know that when two people seem the same, they can have very different insurance needs. For their health, home, work, and future. Which is why we take the time to get to know you as an individual, so we can provide insurance coverage that fits your life. Because after all, our interest is you.
You can count on us.
Save $1.30 on Purdue fresh chicken leg quarters, only $1.59 per pound. Fresh blueberries, just $4.49 each, saving you $3.50. Hellmann's mayonnaise, hot price just $5.99 for a 30-ounce jar. Hot price on American flatbread pizza, only $7.99 for an. Save $1.10 on Bob's Red Mill gluten-free oatmeal, only $1.79 for a 2.36-ounce package. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
The core of Smart Security's business is providing customers with burglar, fire, CCTV, and other essential alarm services. An important and growing market that offers you the best of all worlds, state-of-the-art protection technology, and monitor your system 24 hours a day, every day of the year, offering you that peace of mind knowing everything you care about is safe and secure. Technology allows residential and business customers to access information and to control their security systems remotely. For more information, call Smart Security Systems at 292-4019 or visit their website, smartsecuritysystems.bm.
Welcome back. In legal matters, the Bermuda Police Service can confirm the arrest of a 23-year-old man in connection with the murder of Renico Burchell on December 29, 2018. This arrest marks the third person taken into custody in connection with the inquiry led by Acting Detective Inspector Jason Smith of the Serious Crime Unit. The investigating team continues to encourage anyone with information regarding this matter to contact them or provide the information confidentially. Officers are particularly keen to speak with anyone who may have information on the suspect, their movements, or the firearm used. Detectives are still tracing the movements of the suspects and analyzing evidence that has come into their possession through the course of the investigation. Anyone with information, no matter how trivial it may seem, should contact the police. The Serious Crime Unit can be contacted on 247-1739, or information can be provided by the Independent and Confidential Crime Stoppers hotline at 800-8477. Of note, the first two men arrested are out on police bail. Turning to weather news, cooler temps today. Let's go to AccuWeather headquarters to see what we can expect for our weekend.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and the weekend is here. And hopefully you had a good week. I know our weather's kind of been fluctuating a bit as far as temperatures are concerned, and temperature-wise today, we're on the downward side of things with temperatures only in the low 60s here. We have our front that passed through already, cooler air situated right behind it. And as we head into tonight, there could be a passing shower or two, but overall, we don't expect any significant precipitation for this Friday night. Temperatures are in the low 60s right now, so on the cool side, humidity between 60 and 65%. The winds continue to ease off compared to how windy it has been over the last day or two here throughout the island. Winds out of the west-northwest 6 to 10 knots, and waves inside the reef between 1 and 3 feet, and outside of the reef between 6 and 9 feet. We still have some slightly choppy conditions out there with a small craft warning that remains in place through this evening. Here are your tidal times. Right over here, we have our high tide coming in after 12 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and then our low tide will be coming just before 6 a.m. on Saturday. And as I mentioned for tonight, there could be a stray shower around. Other than that, it's relatively quiet, just a bit on the cooler side there with temperatures in the upper 50s for tonight. And then tomorrow we have improvements here, temperatures bouncing back into the mid 60s, partly sunny skies with a low of 58 degrees. So as we get into the weekend, Saturday looks like a good day. Sunday looks good too. There will be a snowstorm moving its way off the mid-Atlantic coast, and that's going to be tracking its way to our north and east. It will, however, drag a cold front through the area once we head into the later half of the day on Sunday and also into Monday. So that will bring the shower possibility, but ahead of it, you can see the winds coming in out of the south. So again, the start of the weekend not looking too bad, and even Sunday not bad either, but then that rain will be arriving into the area later on. I'll look at a few other locations here: Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad. You can see that we do have some moisture around, so they are dealing with some scattered showers in that particular area, and also some showers as we head into the forecast for tomorrow into areas like Atlanta. That's that snowstorm. They're going to be on the southern side of things, so they get plain rain while some areas get some heavy snow. London, 52 degrees for Saturday with some rain around. I'll look at your extended forecast here. I hope you have a great weekend. Saturday and Sunday looking like two good days. Again, ahead of that front, temperatures will be going up, so we'll get into the upper 60s on Sunday, right around 70 by Monday, and we'll have to watch this rain. Some of it could be steady at times, and then we will have another opportunity for some rain as we head into the middle of next week. Temperatures in the mid-60s by then, so the up and down trend with the temperatures will continue. Have a great weekend.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Bermuda Festival, there's something for everyone in 2019. From international acts, the Manhattan Transfer and Shaka Khan, to Bermudians Heather Nova and Rebecca Falkenberry. Our plays include A Midsummer Night's Dream, Masterclass, and Nina Simone for Women. There's music for all, jazz, rock, classical, and even a cappella. And with modern dance and family entertainment, the list is complete. For tickets, visit ptix or bermudafestival.org. Celebrating the empowerment of women. She is art.
JBM Realty and Associates services all your real estate needs. Our agents have years of real estate experience specializing in selling of properties, renting of properties, property management, vacation rental. So whether you're looking to move to another location, selling your home, purchasing a new home, or a landlord looking for assistance in managing your property, give us a call today. One of our experienced agents will be more than willing to assist you with all your housing needs. Call us on 234-2050 or visit our website, jbmrealtyandassociates.com.
Community activist Antonio Belvedere will host a candlelit vigil to draw awareness to victims of gang violence. The vigil will take place next Thursday, January 17th at the St. David's Cricket Club, which is the location where Renico Burchell was fatally shot after leaving the club. Late last month, organizers are encouraging everyone who can make it to turn out and take a stand against violence and remember not only the victims of violence, but to think about the children and family they have left behind. The names of gang violence victims will be read out. Again, a candlelit vigil will be taking place next Thursday at the St. David's Cricket Club at 7 p.m. Earl Baston has tonight's sports report.
Well, this coming weekend, we'll see the Forum for Women's Football held right here in Bermuda. And joining me is the CONCACAF Women's Football Director.
Head of Women's Football.
Head of Women's Football, Ms. Karina LeBlanc. Welcome first.
Thank you very much.
Women's football. You came up playing goalkeeper.
Best position.
Best position. Oh, okay. But how challenging is it when you're now trying to promote women's football?
It's challenging, but it's exciting. It's the opportunity. I think with the appointment of my position, CONCACAF's taking women's football seriously. So now it's the opportunity to show the power of the game, what women can do, the power of playing the game, increasing the numbers, increasing the opportunity, but just really showing that through women's football, it's not a cost, but an opportunity to truly change young girls' lives through the game of football, which is what happened with me.
Have you seen the change? Because when we look at it in a global sense, you see men getting a lot of coverage and the women struggling. But can you start to see change? Have you started to see change?
Well, I played for about 18 years for Canada, and when I first started, there was about 8 people in the stands, and when I retired, it was a sold-out World Cup. So the change is there. Now it's making sure the change happens all over the world and not just in 8 or 10 different countries, and that's what is exciting about this position, is that we're hoping to change the perception, change the popularity, so that women all over in 41 countries in our region, but also here in Bermuda, they see the power of the game. It's not just about what happens on the field, but it's what happens to these girls off the field. They become leaders. They believe that they can be things. I truly think football empowers young girls to seeing who they really can be on this earth. And it's popular around the world, and it definitely is shifting 100%.
40 Finns, including Raquel Evans, enjoyed a day of two halves once again as the Ralston Australian Finn National Championships taking place at Black Rock Yacht Club in Melbourne continued. Evans came off the water with his same position of 14th. He now has 91 net points after 8 races. Evans would finish the first race of the day and the 7th of the series in 13th place. He would then cross the line 13th in the second race of the day. Kamal Lavrock led West Torrens to a 57-run victory over Prospect in their Premier Cricket West End 2020 Cup match at the Prospect Oval. Lavrock, once again, was a guest player for West Torrens, who batted first and would score 147 for 8 in their allotted 20 overs. Lavrock would score 43 off of 23 deliveries, hitting 3 sixes and 3 fours in his 37-minute stay at the crease. Lavrock would then return figures of 3 overs, 3 for 21, as they would bowl Prospect out for 90. Lavrock would also hold on to a catch. Lavrock would first describe his attack in the batting department.
started off well. I was 10 off 2, so a good start. So I just kept going from there. Actually, I've seen it quite well from Tuesday. Yeah, the deck was going well, so I could trust it a bit, and that's what I did. I just, hit through the line of the ball.
Levrock would then describe what he was attempting to do while bowling.
It was a really good deck. I just went out there, try to hit through the line of the ball, and just try to bowl top of off, hit the stumps pretty early on. So yeah, it went pretty well.
John Lejour concluded competing in the Comp Steamboat Spring Ski Town Moguls event in Colorado. Competing in the men's duels moguls on day 2, Lejour would advance to the 3rd round. Lejour would defeat his first-round opponent Christopher Stone 23-2 in points. He would then defeat his second-round opponent Chase Barrows 24-1. Lejour would then fall in his 3rd round to his opponent William Feenley 18-7. Challenging winds and rain stoppages faced the players as the MTM Open Championship continued at the Fairmont Tennis Courts with 4 games played. Up for grabs was a spot in the semifinals. Neil Tolson defeated Scott Redmond in straight sets 6-love, 6-1, while Javon Witter defeated Yves Doyon in straight sets 6-1, 6-love. Mackay Witter advanced with a straight sets victory over Nick Butterfield 6-3, 6-2, and Rakai Burrows defeated Michael Musson in straight sets 6-love, 6-1. Tiara DeRosa represented Mississippi Valley State University at the ASU Kickoff Classic Track Meet hosted at the Arkansas State University. DeRosa, making her debut for the school, competed in the women's shot put. DeRosa would finish 7th with a top toss of 12.31 meters. The Bermuda Netball Association Senior League is currently being led by the Lindos Tigers with 16 points, while the Phoenix Heat and the Storm Thunder are tied for 2nd with 14 points. But the Phoenix Heat have a better goal difference of 78 to the Storm's 31. Jakenya Trott from the Lindos Tigers is the leading goal scorer with 119 goals. Nabila Nazir from the Storm Thunder is 2nd with 87 goals. And following her first game of the season on Monday night, Danielle Rayner from the Phoenix Heat is in 3rd with 78 goals. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Thanks, Earl. From single parenting to corporate law, Bermudian Key Simons was called to the Bermuda Bar today. More than 50 family members and friends filled the courtroom to mark the occasion.
Friends and family of Key Simons turned out in their numbers this afternoon at the Supreme Court to be a part of a moment that took many years to manifest. As a single mother, Ms. Simons kept her dream of becoming a lawyer alive through hard work, perseverance, and by having a solid family foundation.
I'm feeling overwhelmed. It feels unreal. It's a dream come true. It's been a long time coming and it's finally here. So I'm just overwhelmed with lots of emotions. I'm just trying to keep my composure.
And what's the journey been like for you? You said it's been a long time coming.
It has been a long time coming. I had to start and stop, and it took me longer than I had anticipated, especially as a single mother, working 2 jobs, studying. It took a toll on me, but I did it, and I'm here.
What kept you going?
My friends and my family.
It's a lot of them here today.
Yeah.
Ms. Simons initially had planned to study law in the United States. However, fate drew her back to the island, but that did not stop her mother from supporting her from hundreds of miles away.
I'm ecstatic. I am over the moon. I can't even tell you. I took time off from work to come here for 2 days just for this event. I'm so proud. I can't tell you. It has been a long journey, not just for Kika, my daughter, but also for me, her mother, and her twin sisters. We all went through it together. We literally did. Days, nights, weekends, the crying, the panic attacks. I'm broke. I don't have any money, everything. But I'm so proud of her. She did it.
When times were hard, juggling 2 jobs, a child, and studying, it also helped having the support of twin sisters.
So happy, very, very, very proud of her. Extremely proud, very emotional, and just happy, super happy that she made it, that she did it, that she proved to herself and all of us that she could do it, which we've told her all along.
How did you support her?
Just, endless FaceTime calls, being there, listening to her vent, complain, drink wine, everything to get her through, just being an emotional support, especially overseas because we aren't on the island anymore, but in visiting when we can to make sure that we're here in person to support.
Overwhelmed by tears of joy, Miss Simon's aunt couldn't sing enough praise about her niece.
I was there in London when she graduated, and I made it a point to make sure that I was here this time to see her do this. This is the first time I've ever encountered anything like this, and I was so looking forward to this and so proud of her because she's really, really worked really hard throughout all of it, you know, so I only wish her the best, and I know she's going to be very successful.
Ms. Simons is now officially a practicing corporate lawyer at Trott & Duncan alongside senior corporate attorney Jane Walker. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
A very happy story. A big congratulations to Ms. Key Simons. More news after this short break. Stay with us.
Price Rate is your one-stop shop with something for everyone. Household goods for kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. Aisles of bulk groceries at value prices. A complete selection of fresh meat and produce. And an extensive range of frozen items to cover every meal. Wines from around the world and beer and liquor at discount prices. Visit Price Right at our 2 locations in Pembroke and Warren. There's always something new and always something for everyone.
Who will represent the National Football League, AFC, and NFC respective conferences? The 53rd edition of the Super Bowl will be played right here on CBS Network, home of ZBM TV9 on February the 3rd, 2019. Be a part of the most exciting and thrilling game played around the world during the month of February. ZBM will bring you exclusive live coverage from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, beginning at 12:30 p.m. For more information on sponsorship, email sales@bbc.bm or call 295-2828 and ask for our sales department.
Welcome back. Well, in our continuing series with Senior Magistrate Juan Wolf, he speaks on the decriminalization of marijuana, medical marijuana, and whether it should be legalized locally. We have more now from our Mike Sharp.
The senior magistrate quickly pointed out that he agreed with the decriminalization of marijuana.
I think that there is certainly scope for decriminalization of marijuana. I think we continuously should work on that. I think it is an injustice to some degree that a person who's, a particularly young person, who's has a small amount of marijuana in their possession gets a conviction, and that conviction would prohibit them from going to school, to do sports, and so on and so forth. So I think there is certainly an argument to be made about decriminalization. But there also should be tagged on decriminalization, some sort of educational program to let our young men know that, you know, using drugs is not a good thing.
But what about legalization?
In terms of legalization, I think that I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I speak from the perspective of being in the drug treatment court program, and I see how drugs have ravaged our young men and women's lives over the course of time. And so we need to be very careful about legalization of marijuana.
In October of 2018, Premier David Burt stated during the PLP Delegates Conference that we should grow our own marijuana for medicinal purposes, with licenses for production to start this year.
Is there an argument for legalization for medicinal purposes? Oh, most certainly. If the scientific evidence is there to show that marijuana has some medicinal properties that can assist those who are ailing, then by all means we should certainly look into that. But for recreational use, I think we should be very careful about how we tread down that road, because when you legalize it, you're talking about making it available and acceptable for our young kids. So I don't have a particular position as to whether or not it should happen or not happen, but I think we need to be very careful how we, and the devil is in the details. How is that actually going to look? By legalization, are we talking about the ability to open up a cafe or a store, such as they have in other jurisdictions like Colorado? Are we looking at having a dispensary? Like, who's going to be in charge of that? How's that going to be done? So I think there's a lot of details that need to be worked out before we get on that road.
And I'm Mike Sharp with Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thank you, Mike. Well, that's our newscast. I'm Diane Brewer. Thanks for sharing part of your Friday evening with us. Everyone, have a wonderful weekend. Good night.
Let's Talk is back. The TV talk show hosted by Gary Marino airs live at 8 p.m. on Mondays. Real conversations with key figures in public life, going beyond the sound bites to explore and contextualize current affairs. And there's lots to talk about: jobs, tax reform, our changing economy, education, crime, and the environment. Discussing the issues that matter in depth and with personality. A new studio, a new look for a new season. That's Let's Talk. Live Mondays at 8 p.m. on ZBM TV 9 and repeated at 7 a.m. on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 a.m.